He served as the president of JP Morgan Highlanders Club, my home club as well. Of course, he also served as the Division D governor last year and serves as the secretary for this club as well as the Wesley Chapel Club. So he's very involved and very passionate about Toastmasters, as you can tell. Adam will be presenting on an importance and value of mentoring as he's learned through those roles within the several clubs as well as for the district. And he will be giving us the value of mentoring to achieve success in all aspects of life, work, school, and community. So do you have a mentor? Are you mentoring somebody? Have you ever taken advantage of a mentoring relationship? Let's learn about mentoring from Adam Shu, DTM, as he gives us a speech on the mentoring and value of mentoring. Help me welcome Adam Shu.
Man who can catch fly with chopsticks can accomplish anything. Do or do not, there is no try. Any man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. These are all well-known quotes from some of the most beloved movies of our times. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I'm here to tell you that in order to achieve success in anything that you want to accomplish, much like Daniel's son, Luke Skywalker, and the Corleone boys, they had a mentor guide them through their path to success. Do you have a mentor? Have you ever mentored somebody? And if not, why not? In order to accomplish the goals that you want, whether it's being up here giving a very simple speech or becoming the world champion of public speaking, you need a good mentor. When I first began my career as a project manager, and I've been a project manager for now 15 years, I didn't have a lot of experience under my belt. I was working for a company that actually didn't even have project management processes. My executive director, who was the COO at the time, Mark Hollifield, came to me and he offered me an opportunity I could not refuse. He said, Adam, I will pay for your project management professional certification if you can help us establish a project management office. Get us using project management here. Fine, I said, I'll take advantage of that any day. I went, got my certification, learned how to do the things that project managers have to do. And I came back and I was eager and excited. And I rolled out project management at this new company. I distinctly remember one of these meetings that I had first done, and nobody in the company had even heard of project management before. So there I was in a room about a little bit smaller than this, with about 50 people crammed in like sardines, all eagerly anticipating and waiting for this great thing called project management. I was rolling out something called a project charter, which was basically to hold all of these stakeholders in the room accountable for their part in project management. I did quite well, and nobody died. Towards the end, my sponsor came over to me and said, Adam, you did a pretty good job. The presentation went well. You probably could have gotten a room a little bit bigger than this. But he said, here's what I want to give you as feedback. You, obviously, everybody knew that you knew project management. Not only that, you knew every aspect about the project that you're managing. What you really need to do is find your voice and talk confidently on the subject matter. You see, when your voice wavers and people hear that, even though you know the subject better than anybody in this room, it puts doubt in their mind that you're not quite sure. From that day on, I realized the value of Toastmasters to becoming a better communicator and leader. That special moment for me was a mentoring opportunity. And from there on, I continued the relationship with Mark, and he continued to mentor me in other aspects. In that first company, I also gained other mentors. Ray, who taught me to grow tougher skin and not worry about what other people were thinking, as long as I'm doing the right things. Jill, who taught me always be professional and manage people's expectations. Having these great mentors give me such wonderful teachings and experience made me realize the value of mentoring and that I should pay it forward. So after a couple of years of project management experience, I wanted to go out and help others with my experience as a mentor. So one of those successful opportunities came along, and let's just call this person Jane. Jane was new to the company, much younger than anybody working there. She was very concerned that her manager didn't quite see the value in her, gave her little piddly projects, and clearly undervalued her work. And she was miserable. She and I sat down and looked at what she wanted to get and what she wanted to get out of the mentoring relationship and what her goals were. Through the mentoring process, we helped her realize that she needed to communicate better with her manager and be able to raise her voice and be able to say, this is not all I can do. And through time, things began to change for her, and things began to get very busy for her, and she was very happy for some time. And then towards the end, she realized this isn't the right job for her, and she eventually left the company. But I'll tell you what, she finally realized that it wasn't her manager or the projects, but it was actually the company that didn't work well for her. And she found a different job. And now she wakes up every day happy and completely successful in her new job. On the other hand, I have another experience managing or giving mentoring to somebody else. Let's call John. John was an up-and-coming superstar in our company. He had risen through the rank much faster than most of his peers and was looking to get further up in the corporate ladder. He wanted my help because he had seen some of the things that I had done and wanted me as a mentor. I was very flattered and said, sure, I'll help you out. We got through a couple of sessions, and after a while, I found myself advising him to become a Toastmaster and maybe running for district office and maybe joining PMI Tampa Bay and maybe becoming a president. See, the problem here was he wasn't very specific about his goals. And because he didn't have any, I started implanting or imposing my objectives that are what helped me become a success on him. So that didn't work out. In that instance, I learned a valuable lesson as a mentor, and he learned a valuable lesson as a mentee. For him, be sure to be very specific about your goals as a mentee. For a mentor, make sure that you're mentoring for others. So, I like to summarize it in this way. Make sure that if you have something you want to accomplish, you find yourself a good mentor. If you accomplish those things, mentor others. And make sure that once you have those relationships, you establish a good understanding and agreement about what the mentoring relationship should be. And I leave you with this, the words of some of the best mentors of our time. Man who can catch fly can accomplish anything. Do or do not. There is no try. And a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. Mr. Cook.
Another great speech that we all can learn from a little bit. And